How would you like to see beautiful drone shots from high above the ground, from city skylines to sandy beaches? How would you like to see the inner workings of short films and the editing that goes into them? Have you ever wondered how a time-lapse video is made? Today's guest will explain that and much more. In addition, he will talk about the editing process each project undergoes. Finally, he'll share with us his various experiences in the media arts field. The Humanities Mass Communications Department at Norwalk Community College presents The New Directors, the show that introduces you to television's future writers, directors, and personalities. Now join our host, Alexandra Doors, to meet the next new director.
Thank you for joining us today for the edition of the New Directors. All of the people involved with this program are students in the television production course and are directing, switching, controlling audio, operating cameras, and acting as talent for the first time today. The guests you will meet on this show are students who, when not on camera, are behind the scenes working hard to bring this program to you with as few mistakes as possible. Each student has written and directed 4 different projects. This program will give them the chance to talk about themselves and the productions they've created, and give you the chance to get to know them and enjoy some of the work they've done this semester. Our guest today is a photographer and amateur filmmaker who has an extensive portfolio of photographs, short films, and time-lapse videos. No matter the season, he's out there capturing the world through the lens of his camera. We would like you to meet our guest today, Michael Fiore. Hi.
Hi, how's it going?
What's up? So we know that you have an extensive portfolio in the media arts field. Can you tell us a little bit more about your prior experiences?
So, back in high school, is there the Avid? So back in high school,
yeah.
My friends and I would make short films, and my friend Nick would do all the audio for the films. And I mean, we were still very young back then, still very young. But this started probably my freshman year. And although I look back and I see like I had a lot of good times doing that, it was very sloppy and not done as well now, because now I know different ways to make the shot more interesting and use a tripod. Everything was handheld, usually shot on my phone, and a lot of shaky footage and poor audio. This I have was an attempt of trying to make a film on the slopes.
Oh,
not a great attempt. No dialogue. Still looked kind of cool though at the end of the day.
Very nice. Little night shot. Very nice.
So the time-lapse thing started back probably like my junior year of high school. I saw some time-lapse videos on YouTube and got totally involved and invested in them. Thought they were so cool. And so time-lapse is basically, a bunch of photos just like stitched together, similar to animation. And I got a drone a couple years back, combined some of my time-lapse videos with some drone footage, made it look really cool, posted it, and I got a lot of feedback from my friends and family, and everyone said, keep up the good work. But here's some of the time lapses I made. That one was in Stanford. Wow. This one's in Norwalk.
And these are just pictures, and then you put them together?
So these are all pictures. It may look like video, but they're around 1,000 or so pictures. Oh. And I put them in Adobe Lightroom. And lastly, Premiere, and they turn into beautiful videos for everyone to love and enjoy.
It's very beautiful.
But being able to see my hard work come together as a finished project is what really makes it all worth it.
That was really nice. Very nice videos. Could you tell us why you decided to take the film and TV production course?
So, I've always been interested in film. Particularly, I want to improve upon my technique and further learn post-production and how to properly edit. Everything I've learned so far has been from YouTube and different forums, but actually taking a class is a whole new element, something that I welcome. And if I want this to someday become a career, then I need that experience.
That's true.
This class seemed like a great way to gain much needed knowledge. So far, it's been a great fit for me.
That's very good. What are some of the most useful things you've learned in this course?
So some of the most useful things would be preparation for each shot. and remain organized throughout the whole process.
Yes.
Before, I never knew I never knew of storyboards in general, but I learned about storyboards, the field shot sheet, my edit decision list, making a diagram for camera placement. I never thought about that, but
Yeah.
it proved to be very useful throughout this class. Even scripting for one of the projects.
Oh.
The 6 guidelines for good composition, very useful technique. Finally, a glimpse of what an actual TV studio would look like. I got to direct, operate cameras, and even host, and much, much more.
That's very interesting. Please tell us about your Cup of Tea, Student Studies, Nature Project, and Orange Project you created.
So first, I'd like to start off with Cup of Tea. What I did to set up for Cup of Tea was, like I previously said, I storyboard, did a field shot sheet, and I had to learn how to, how to execute the whole thing. Is it a close-up? Is it an extreme close-up? What is the script asking for, pretty much?
That's very nice, actually.
Thanks.
The colors, color story.
So next, I have my student studies, very similar to the Cup of Tea project in terms of what kind of shot is it, how do I center this, how do I prepare for this? Once again, storyboard, use a field shot sheet, properly slate each shot. It was a good challenge and really helped me hone my skills.
Yeah.
Because like Cup of Tea, it consisted of a lot more shots though, so it really helped me.
I take that class too.
So next I have my nature. Nature was really interesting because it's quite a scavenger hunt. It's not what I was previously used to. It kind of reminded me back of my high school days, just kind of grabbing a camera, going out, trying to find different shots, how to shoot things. I had to use, once again, 6 guidelines for good shot composition. Is everything framed right? Is it balanced?
Beautiful.
Rack focus, 4 masses of. So finally, I have my orange project. The orange project was tough, really tough at times, because there's a lot more involved. It's longer. You have to make your own script this time. There's not someone kind of giving you paperwork and saying shoot these shots or find these shots. You're really starting from scratch in the orange project.
Definitely.
And it was a much needed challenge, and at the end of the day, the reward was far greater than the other projects.
Yeah, it looks good.
Thanks.
What was the story?
It's an interesting one.
You mentioned the variety of things you've learned in this course. What was the most interesting and important skill you learned, and how will you put it to use?
It's the best project.
Definitely. So out of your 4 projects, there must be one that you either had a really good time doing or that shows off your skills. Tell us a little bit more about that and what made it stand out.
So I'd have to say my best project would be nature. Nature was a lot of fun to shoot. I loved being outside. My other projects were all shot indoors. This one was outside. I loved practicing, once again, back to the 6 guidelines, good shot composition.
Yes.
How am I doing? Make sure everything's balanced, framed right. And right here I have a rack focus, something I've never really done in my work before, and it looks really nice. You're shifting between 2 different objects at different length, putting different things in focus.
Very beautiful.
It was very fun. I had a lot of fun doing this. So
nice colors.
Thank you.
Wow, fancy.
Yeah. So you have lines of emotion. You have a vertical line is lines of dominance or strength, and then you have horizontal lines, lines of grace, stuff like that. It's a lot of fun.
Very nice. You mentioned the variety of things you've learned in this course. What was the most interesting and important skill you learned, and how will you put it to use?
So I've learned a lot of new techniques, but probably the most interesting and important would be the 6 guidelines to good shot composition, just because I also do a lot of photography, but 6 guidelines isn't just cinematography or photography, it's a bit of both.
Yeah.
So whatever I'm working on, it's something that I can apply to both both fields,
That's
both
good.
art mediums, and it's crucial to my work overall.
Wonderful. Fantastic. Today we got to meet someone who shared with us his portfolio of various art mediums. As a new director, he hopes to apply what he has learned here at NCC to improve upon his video editing and capturing skills. He also plans to use the new knowledge from TV1 to create a more disciplined and better production shot film. We would like to thank Michael for joining us today.
Thanks for having me on this show.
Of course, it was
a lot of fun.
wonderful to have you. We hope you enjoyed meeting one of television's future directors, and we hope you will continue to join us each week to watch our progress. Thank you and have a great day.
This has been The New Directors with your host, Alexandra Dorst, directed by Andrew Tomasello. I'm your announcer, Matthew Hennessy. The New Directors is a Norwalk Community College student production.